Todo consegue me ouvir bem? Consegue me ouvir? Everybody hear me? Chat box? Yes, yes. Great. It's perfect when technology works. Okay, guys. So thank you for joining me this afternoon. We have 46 people with us, and we are going to start our presentation. Actually, I'm going to share my screen with you, and as the topic is about video, I'm going to show you some videos. We are going to talk about them, and I'd like you to concentrate all your participation in the chat box because it's going to be hard for me to keep control of everything that is going on at the same time here. So if you just concentrate everything in the chat box, it's going to be a little bit easier. Okay? So I'm going to start sharing my screen with you, and we're going to start working with the topic itself. Moment. Actually, I need to do something first. Okay. Right. I'll start and to be able to see the PowerPoint. Okay. This is the topic today, and we are going to give you some important information now. Certificates of attendance will be sent to you by email, and at the end, there is a survey that we would like you to complete and help us in improving our next webinars. And if you want to ask a question during the session, and actually you are more than welcome to participate because I cannot feel alone here. So I'll be directing some questions to you. So please use the chat box to share your ideas. Okay? So just to start some reflections for this afternoon, I'd like you to think to yourself about the questions that I'm going to show you here, okay? And before actually I show you the questions, think about how frequently do you access videos, where do you usually watch them, and if you think that videos nowadays, if they play an important role in our lives, or it could serve only for the purpose of learning. So what do you think about it? What kind of videos I like watching and why? What kind of videos do I want to watch again, or do I want to forward to my friends and my family? Any difference of the kind of videos I forward to my friends and the kind of videos I forward to my family? Do you think there is do you think you send the same kind of videos to your mother, to your brother, for example, and to your friends? I refuse to keep on watching, and why? What made me stop watching a video? What kind of feelings I have? What kind of emotions I have? Talking about the classroom context, what would we use videos for? What is the main purpose of the video, and in what situations I think that videos are welcome? Think about it a little bit. So for this last question, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to know, in the classroom context, what would we use videos for? The chat box. is asking, he can see me. Yeah, won't be able to see me. Just PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so Ivanildo is saying presenting real situations. Okay. What would we use videos for? For input, great. For in conversation class, to make students enjoy the class a little bit more. We would use them during warm-ups. Yes, this is that we've been doing quite a long time. Encourage discussions. To students' attention, very good. Fixed subjects, great. Yes, actually, the idea of using videos as warm-up activities, it's more than traditional. Physical use of videos in the beginning, but to work well only as a warm-up. The idea of having this warm-up is to engage the students, to make them a little bit aware of the context of the lesson or the unit that we are going to start working with. But do you think that it could be used, or it's better used when it's only a warm-up activity, or we can exploit this a little bit more? So you're going to talk a little about this, and let's see how it goes, okay? All right. First, yes, how we can see. Open sentence here. We can write a little bit more actually. That's true. Okay. I'm going to forward to the next slide, but problem here with my computer. So wait a little bit until it starts working. Okay. Yeah, going wrong. Now, actually, we are going to check here our emotions. We are going to use our emotion meter in order to know what kind of impact do videos have in our teaching or in our own lives. So for that, I'm going to show you some videos here. Okay, moment. I'm engineer now because I have to deal with so many things at the same time. Okay, so this is the first video, okay? All right, so this was the first video. What kind of impact does have for you? How do you feel when you watch this video? Now the second one. Okay. Okay. And now we are going to watch the third one.
You can stay and be quiet, or we'll have to take you out. All right, can we have this person removed, please? Come on. As a rule, I am just fine with a few hecklers. But not now. If you're eating the hors d'oeuvres, oh, that's right. Where was I? Okay.
So we saw these 3 videos, and some people are saying that probably there was a problem with the volume. I tried my best here. You know, as you can see, everything is the possible. Actually, this is what we're going to okay. But I think that it's possible to start sharing some ideas and some comments based on the videos. We're going to see actually the impact of 3 videos on you. So how did you feel when you watched this video? So now you can use the chat box. Surpita is saying. Renata. Lorna said touched. Yeah, I guess all of us. Blessed. Well, I said that before in this presentation. Surprised, impressed. Endlessly moved. Yes, I did too. I guess that's the most touching part for me was when he kissed the boy, because I myself, you know, being a mother, so one of the things that I enjoy the most is to hug my kid, and this guy cannot do that, but though he has no arms, he shows affection in a way that it's always very touching, you know, when we see a father doing that with any kid. But in this case here, I guess this is even more special, right? It's a mix of emotions, Edilane is saying, no words to describe. Yes, it's really touching. And the idea of having this video, although it's so short, but I guess it says so much, right? I guess that's the idea. What is the impact I want in my students by showing the videos? And about the next one, with Black Eye Pea. How anything? What else? Motivated, yes. Excited, yes. It makes us feel like dancing. Feel dance along, yes, definitely. And yeah. Didn't think that it was boring or tiring. I feel part of the crowd. No, for sure not. Yes. Actually, the song itself is really exciting, right? I think it's one of the best songs by Black Eye Peas, and I guess that in all parties where we listen to this song, we feel like dancing. So it's really it's interesting, you know, the impact that it causes. Oh, and what about the third one? Do you know that for some people the sound was too low, so you couldn't actually hear that? But you could notice that there was something wrong, right? While he was speaking, something happened. For the people who could listen to what Obama was saying, what can you share with, okay, impressed with Obama's attitude? Yes, this is a guy who is one of the most powerful guys in the world, right? And there is a reason for that. He's really tough. So it was confusing, teasing typing. Well, actually, it was a very embarrassing situation for Obama, definitely, because while he was doing his speech, a guy was interrupting him in a very rude way, and Obama was in his house, as he says. So the thing is that he acted not exactly like a president, but he acted like the owner of the house, really. So we are talking also about good manners here, and the guy was not really well behaved. So that's why, in the end, he asked the guard there to take the man out. So it was really impressive the way Obama took control, and in a very polite but still very strict and very firm, he decided to ask people to take the man out. So I guess that this is also an example for us, because Obama has this characteristics, you know, the person who is in control, and it seems that nothing is able to beat him. So it gives me this impression. I don't know if you share the opinion with me, but I think that Obama is a very strong, a very tough guy, and it's really impressive the way he controls things in a very easy way. Okay. I'll go to switch to way to present that, because I think it's going to work better as the computer is not really help here. So, do emotions influence the learning process? What do you think? Yes, definitely, 100%. Yeah, that's why we remember so easily the kind of videos that we watched and we cried, the kind of videos we watched and we felt excited. Just this one, like we watched some minutes ago of Black Eye Pea, and the ones that could make us reflect a little bit more about life. So we remember them easily because they caused an impact, and because somehow we are involved with the things that we see. So I guess that these kind of emotions, they have very strong power in our learning process, because of course we cannot live only the good experiences in life, but even the bad ones, the impact they cause, we can still benefit from that. So it's painful sometimes, but talking about videos in the classroom, there's always room for discussion. And sometimes what we want our students to do is not only to use the language properly, but to express themselves, because this is also part of the ownership of the language. So that's why the videos, they have this power, of provoking people. So I guess the benefit of videos in the classroom, for sure, is something that we cannot deny. That's why I said in the beginning, using the videos only as a warm-up, it's, we are underestimating the value of videos, actually, because we could go a lot deeper. We can go beyond what is meant to be only as a warm-up activity. So, it's saying here, I would say that influences teaching and learning process, definitely, because we're also humans, right? We also suffer the impact of videos as well, and emotions, definitely. And to expand on feelings, for sure. It's the thing is that nowadays we are more visual people than we were in the past. We know that we are exposed to visual input every day, and many times of the day we cannot record what people said, but what we saw people doing. So we really depend a lot more on visual stimuli, and this works really well in the classroom. Okay. So let me over. Okay. So moving to this classroom context, talking about it specifically, for well over 50 years, language teachers have been using the moving image both in and outside the classroom. Back in the early 90s, video was seen as a reward, a form of light relief. It was viewed as a leisure time activity, probably because of its association with television and the idea of passive viewing. You typically showed a video on a Friday afternoon after a hard week's grammar. In those days, the video could consist of an hour or more of a popular film. Sometimes this was even shown for its own sake. In other words, there was not necessarily any task designed around it. And learners could give a summary of what had happened or initiate a discussion based on the video's content. But generally speaking, the video was poorly exploited and not integrated into the lesson. From being very much peripheral to the main business of language learning, the moving image has shifted to becoming a prime source of content. Not only that, but learner-created video is now as central a focus in the classroom as material introduced by the teacher or institution. So the idea of using videos now, it's not only for the students to watch and respond to the activities or to the questions that we propose, but more than that, focus on what the learners can create. So we know that this is a different way to work with videos, and sometimes we teachers, we don't feel, as enthusiastic about that sometimes because we don't feel secure of taking some risks. We believe that sometimes learners are not prepared for that. But yes, they are. And as we are talking about teenagers, I guess that they are even better prepared than we are, for sure. So why should we use video? Let me just check something. Okay, so why would we use video? What has not changed in this shift from analog to digital is the interest language teachers have in the medium per se. In a series of interviews undertaken with teachers on the subject of video, the following reasons were frequently given for using video in the language classroom. So, some teachers said It's dynamic. It's what our learners are watching outside class. It takes you into another world. It's a window on the world. It encourages intercultural awareness and critical thinking. Visual stimuli is processed faster in the brain than text. Being visually literate is an increasingly necessary skill these days, definitely. Authentic videos provide an enormous amount of cultural information economically. We can take in so much more information if it's presented visually or in combination with text. It makes learning more memorable, and people connect to visual content. It engages them. Video is a powerful motivational tool for learners. Do you see yourselves answering, using these statements with those statements here? Nina said, Aislinn said, Renata, Angela saying yes, Terinha yes, all of them, me too. For kinesthetic learners, it's a good way to explain, okay, yes, it's another tool that can use. Normally I use them for engaging or starting a discussion, right? Memorable, it's engaging, yes, definitely. That's the purpose of videos. And I think that one that calls my attention the most here is the one that talks about the brain here. Visual stimuli is processed faster in the brain than text. So that's why people said an image is worth 1,000 words as well, because it says so much. Just if you remember the first video, with the father playing with his kid, there's no need for words there, right? Actually, we can understand a lot. We can go beyond what is being said. Actually, there is nothing being said, but we can clearly get a lot more from the video. If people were talking, maybe we wouldn't even listen to that so much, but the image itself would catch our attention. So, here we go. Taking up that last point, how much more motivational if the learners produce the videos themselves? Importantly, YouTube and the other sites and platforms have blurred the divide between creator and viewer. Nowadays, we are all users. The plethora of self-made or self-edited videos on such sites show how we can manipulate and select what we want when we want it. So, all this academic information came from this book, Language Learning with Digital Video, and it is divided in two parts, video exploitation and video creation. This book was written by Ben Goldstein and Paul Driver, and we know here in Brazil, Ben Goldstein is very famous. He loves coming to Brazil, and he was in Cambridge Day in São Paulo last July, and he's talking about video, and he's an expert of this work with video. So I guess this book can provide some ideas on how we can exploit a little bit more the use of video, and also to it helps us take risks in video creation. I know, guys, that sometimes it's very hard for us to come up with an idea and then have our students engaged, and then also the coordinators and the schools themselves. So sometimes we think it's too risky to create our own videos. But I guess the benefit for the students is so big, and they get so involved that they are able to not only cope with the language that they are learning, but also to do something on their own with using their creativity. That I believe that we should take advantage of that and maybe bring something different to our classrooms instead of just using videos the same way that we've been doing. So, two actually possibilities I thought for this video, and this, came from myself and my experience, and this that I thought that my students would enjoy. And as I'm giving you two possibilities, I'd like you to give me a third one. Of course, there are many other possibilities to use this video, or the way we are going to go further, with the video. But here we are just going to concentrate in three. Okay. So, I'd like you to give me some suggestions for the third one. One possibility that I thought was the spectator's view. You can write a text that could have been written by the baby's mother, and she's the lady who is sitting on the bench watching the father and the son having fun together. I don't know if you saw that on the video, but the mom is observing the father having fun with the baby. So I thought of the woman's perspective. What was she seeing, actually? Was he only watching a scene of a father and a baby together, or there was something more that she could think of by expecting that situation as being the mother of the baby? How would she feel about that situation? So I guess this is something that could be different for the students, to think of, because the video focused so much on the baby and the father, but there was a third person there. So maybe the students would think that this is interesting to do. So the narrator, the students could use the video as the image, and they could record, as background sound. They can report about Nick's life, and to express what they have found by researching about his life. So they could, put their voices, they could put the language in this video as narrators. So I guess this could be another possibility. And of course, guys, for this kind of work, we'll need the appropriate equipment. But I guess that students, would enjoy doing the activity anyway. What about the third one? Are the possibilities? Some ideas on how to work with the video? Describe or write a situation when they were in the same situation, like playing with their father or parents. Great, yes. They could bring their own their personal experiences, with their families. Okay. Anything else? Any other two possibilities? Oops. Vocabulary activity, as I didn't get it so much, even you do, because actually there's no vocabulary involved. I mean, there is nothing being said in the video, so I cannot understand exactly what you mean. Students can think of songs they like related to the situation. That idea, students can summarize what they've watched. Yes, I try to avoid, Luis, the summarizing thing, because I guess that the students have been doing this a lot, and it's quite common for the teachers to ask the students to summarize the videos. What we are hoping is that we can bring some variation to the video activities. You know what I mean? To offer something that can go beyond the summary of the video. Although I agree with you, sometimes it's really important to do that. It depends on the purpose of the lesson itself. To write about their personal lives, okay. Okay, if you were the baby, what would you like to tell your dad, your family? Okay, very emotional things, right? Yes, of ideas here. Thank you, people, so much. Think about other problems parents face raising children. That's great, fantastic. Situation brings a lot of possible words that can be brought to discussion. One's video is to make them not only think about the situation, but improve their English. Yes. Specific. Okay. Now I understand what you mean. You would like to bring some room for vocabulary expansion. That's great. Students could search. Whoops. Could search for examples of how disabled people can lead a happy life and show that in a video. Fantastic idea. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Okay, so now about video number 2. Video number 2. Let's start talking until the starts working again. The video about Black Eye Pea. What do you think of that? What could be one of the possibilities to use videos? Black Eye Pea's video. That video. Black Eye Pea. Students can write about a concert experience. Okay. Anything else? This could be reporters and present what was going on. Yes, I thought of that too. Great, Cristina. Their personal likes, to pose as the host of the TV show. Fantastic. Likes and dislikes about celebrities. They can make a video where they will sing a song. Great. Anything? I thought of 2 other possibilities. Go back here. First of all, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a notice there, you know, on the, while the video clip was going on. A new test predicts hair loss today at 5. It caught my attention, actually. You know, I got pretty excited with the song, of course, but I was thinking, well, what this might be? What is going to predict hair loss at 5? Of course, it's related to Oprah's show and the celebration they were having there. This was in Chicago, and probably there was something, you know, related to a very situation, or you know, something related to an artist. We don't know. But I must be sincere, this called my attention. So I thought of this possibility, that the students would reveal the secret of the hair loss on the show. So I thought of this possibility. By the way, there were about 21,000 dancers in this show. So it was, you know, awesome, as Oprah got so surprised and so excited, really. There were a lot of people dancing, you know, the same way at the same time. One of the possibilities, the ring for the hair loss. Another possibility I thought, what a flash mob is and how to train people and not to people, how to train people to dance equally at the same time. Scientific process to be presented in TED conferences. I thought that this was totally unexpected for the students. How could you write something that has scientific knowledge, but to express about something that is so popular and so with no rules for that exactly. So I thought it would be also something unexpected for the students to do based on the video. So I guess that this could be a different activity. And what about you? What could be a third possibility for this video? Hirsch? Yes, this is a great question. I found in Wikipedia yesterday some information about that show specifically, and it was a great success, and it's a reference for flash mob, and they explain a little bit how it worked, but it's also interesting to see that it's possible, right, to get many people at the same time doing the same thing. It's really possible to do that. That's why I think it's touching as well. Discussion on social behavior, definitely, Lorena, I agree with you. Okay, guys, we need to move on. So, talking about Obama's speech, what could be possibilities? Check with that field first. About LGBT, yes, Eduardo, I agree with you. It's something that nowadays is part of our society and everyday life. And the only thing is that sometimes students, they tend to be aggressive depending on the situation. So we should, keep control of the class. And as this is a very polemic thing, so we should, as teachers and educators, we should be ready for some confrontation in the classroom. But I guess that this is also welcome, and as educators, I guess we should do that. What would you do if you were on Obama's shoes? Yes, I thought of that too, because it must be so hard, right? You are in front of the TV, microphones, lots of politicians around you, important people. Everybody's waiting for you to say something, and a person interrupts in a very rude way. Students could talk about other reactions that Obama could have had. Yes, sure. They could come up with the speech before listening to the real one. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Let me see if I can move to the next slide. And this was one of my ideas here, to have the sound off. The students wouldn't know what Obama was saying or the guy was saying, although it is very hard to understand what the guy is shouting at the back of the room. But this could be a good idea, to keep the sound off and to get students guessing what happened and why did Obama react that way. Why did he insist on saying no, no, no? Because, of course, the students can read Obama's lips. So it's going to be easier for them to check that Obama is refusing or denying something. But what exactly? Maybe they wouldn't know. So this is something that the students, I believe, they would enjoy doing, and at the end, there are people, Obama is laughing and other people hands. So I guess that this could be intriguing for the students to guess. Okay. Try again the other way, guys. Just a moment, because the slides are not moving forward. So I'll turn another possibility here. Please. The video was about the moments that Obama got heckled at an ELT reception. So this was shown by BBC and ABC News. So that was the situation. And this is the context. President Obama tells a heckler that at an LGBT event at the White House not to be disrespectful. It was reported by ABC News that the heckler was an undocumented and transgender individual shouting about poor conditions for LGBT immigrants in the USA. So that's the context of the whole speech. So analyzing Obama's reaction to the heckler, what does body language say? You can find out more views showing politicians being heckled and decide on how well or not they dealt with the situation. And the second one, sound off. The students work in pairs trying to guess what happened in that situation. So I guess that this could work well for the students. So what our students are doing when they have free time, or not, because sometimes they don't have free time, but they are still watching videos. Take a look at this one. 12,790,000 views of this video here, O Homem que Não Sabia Mentir, by Porta dos Fundos. And what he's doing, use Facebook, Messenger, sharing videos in WhatsApp, or listening to the audio of the videos in iPads, in smartphones. So this is our reality. So what kind of videos really interest our teenagers? Do you think? What he wants, definitely. They love laughing. Music. Music. That's it. Exactly. So we know our students very well, right? Sometimes maybe we don't agree with for some videos, but we know what they like, really. So I guess it's easier for us to select what kind of videos are going to interest them. Although it's something that it's quite accepted, is that more than we think, students are also interested in different cultures. And we tend to believe that they don't like anything that it's really cultural, but it's quite the opposite. They like. I guess they would be really excited to know how a Japanese boy is raised by the parents, for example, or how the Chinese girls live, or what kind of parties they have. So I guess that the cross-cultural thing is always something important and interesting for our students to watch. So that this could work well. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to show you a slide where you have some words. Really, how would you combine them? Or how do they combine together? Curiosity, interest, inspiration, motivation, and discovery. Them together in a classroom. A lot of discussions, okay. We need to know our public, yes, we need to know the kind of students we have, that's for sure. But this diagram here How can we have all these ingredients together? Movies or videos, they spark students' curiosity for sure. So you want to find out more, so that's the discovery part. But of course, before we play the videos, we should raise their interest. So this is something that, gets, it's like a cycle. It repeats, and each time there is one of these elements here playing a very important role. The importance of the visual for our students is that it has developed from being a vehicle for art and entertainment to become a key part of how we communicate, socialize, learn, and do business. So that's the way we are. And take a look at this piece of information here. Instagram is the most popular social network for teenagers. Every hour, there are 72 more hours of video uploaded onto YouTube. It's a lot, right? In 2012, there were more iPhones sold than babies born each day. So we are increasingly able to communicate through video and visual information. But more importantly, as Stephen Napkin says, it has developed from being a vehicle for art and entertainment to become a key part of how we communicate, socialize, learn, and do business. In short, understanding, interpreting, and evaluating visual information is now a life skill. We cannot deny that, and we cannot refuse the benefits of videos in the classroom. To foster a more creative learning environment in our classrooms, weaker students feel like they have the support from the visuals to express their ideas. And stronger students get the challenge they need to engage with the material at a higher level. So this was a quote by Ben Goldstein, the author of Uncover and Eyes Open series, and the one who wrote that book I showed you before. People criticize the use of videos. Why? They believe that it's too much trouble to use them in class. It's a glorified audio exercise. It's only used as a stimulus. It strays too far from the lesson plan. They are not authentic and not relevant to my students' lives. Do you agree with them, with these people? You're right. Do you think that this or the videos are far from the lesson plan? Actually not, right? As Lynn is saying here. Actually, it depends on how well we plan the lessons. That's the thing, because we are the ones in charge of selecting the best options and what we want our students to do with the video. So it's actually our job to do that. What the videos made the students aware of cultural differences, the other side of everything. To know the emotions the videos provoke, spark true curiosity in you and your students. Went to your students' lives and created a desire to learn about a topic, inspired them to pursue related projects, or encouraged them to explore language through their own videos. So that's the point. Depending on what we are expecting from our students, the result of using video can be a very flat and dull one. But if we just know or plan things carefully and select the kind of videos we want to show them in a more guided way, of course, the students are going to benefit, and we benefit a lot from that as teachers too. So I think that this is something that we can think of. That's why I invite you to go over the idea, go beyond the idea of using videos only as warm-up activities. So do you think that videos are important or not? Yes, everybody agrees with that. Shuniele, Alessandra, Renata, great. Thanks. And now in Cambridge we have 2 series, as I mentioned before. They were written by Ben Goldstein and Kerry Jones, and they involve videos throughout the unit. And the videos are not only meant to be used as warm-up or wrap-up activity. So they are integrated into the lesson. And how does it work? It works in a way that depending on the kind of input the students need, the video is going to play this role. So we have which is an American series, and Eyes Open, which is British English. The website that I strongly recommend visiting, because you can find also the blog with some tips on how to use videos with your students. It's going to be interesting for you. And there is an interview with Ben Goldstein as well. So I think that it could be a very good source for you to find out a little bit more about the videos. Okay, and here we some pages taken from Uncover. As you can see, for each unit there are 4 videos. And despite the fact that Discovery Education has a partnership with Cambridge, and we already know the high quality videos they produce, the kind of videos that we have in the series, they're not only documentary style. They show also some interviews, and they show native speakers talking about themselves. So I guess that this could increase the level of curiosity that we want our students to have in the classroom. Over 120 interesting webbing videos to spark curiosity and interest while developing language skills. So there is exploration of places and cultures, interviews with native speakers, skill-based videos tied to unit projects. There are actions, of course, to guide our students, to focus their attention to by using or showing the images in the very beginning of the unit. So the questions about the opening image activate prior knowledge and experience and sharpen visual literacy. Students begin each unit by establishing a personal connection to the unit topic. It's really interesting to have some room for prior knowledge. What do you have to say about this? What is your experience about this? This one specifically, about scuba diving, who among our students has already done that. So it's going to be interesting for the students to talk about this. More videos to inspire students to be curious about the world. So lots of different cultures are brought here to the book through the videos. The first clip reinforces the topic and target language. Comprehension questions encourage class discussion. So it's discovery anyway, so we don't need to say a lot more, right? There are some questions, just questions in the student's book, and plan in the teacher's book, photocopyable activities on Presentation Plus. The right approach, we also count on the support of Discovery to extend the lesson topic. Students have the video activities done, produced already in the workbook. They access the video worksheets there. Although there is always a after you watch activity where you can find some guidance, in order to make your students produce their own videos. Focus on culture, readings explore interesting facets of people and cultures around the globe. Activities recycle and reinforce the unit's target language and vocabulary. Videos are going to expand, to go beyond. So as you can see, the amount of video we have in Eyes Open and Uncover is far more than what we have in other materials because of the partnership, of course, but because of the way the videos facilitate our lives and also make our students more motivated and more engaged. There are projects too, as well, support for writing and speaking. More, of course, listening is also very important while we are playing videos. And there is also real talk videos. So they feature authentic students talking about their everyday lives in other cultures. So this could also be interesting for our students to listen to different accents as well. The writing part, which is the wrap-up of the unit, there is a very well plan designed for students to follow in order to work with different kinds of genres. So the students will have the support they need in order to get the information they need to produce the text. Suit, standard and extra unit progress tests, mid and end year tests, diagnostic tests, and some key and preliminary for schools style questions. So if you're also preparing your students for Cambridge exams, you can find some support in Eyes Open. Okay? The digital support that comes in Presentation Plus, which is a complete planning and classroom presentation tool for teachers with interactive whiteboard software, complete students' book and workbook content, complete video and audio content, and there is a link to the CLMS, which is our platform, so you can keep track of what students are doing online. And there is also an online training course for teachers on how to work with videos. So I guess that this is one of the biggest benefits for the teachers who work with Eyes Open and Uncover. They will have a course, you know, an online course, and they will receive a certificate at the end. So we think that it's going to be important for the teachers to take the course, you know, to expand their knowledge on how to work with videos. So this platform, the CLMS, is going to offer this possibility to interact with your students online and also to keep track of what they need to do online on their own. It's going to be easier for you, you know, to check homework or to know if students are really doing what you have already asked them to do. It's a lot easier, and I guess that even for the parents, they will feel that this kind of support is going to be essential to know exactly what is going on in their children's English classes. So I guess that this is also something that has changed a little, the way we teach and the way we deal with homework, especially. So thank you, guys. I'd like to know if you have any questions. I want this material. Yeah, please contact your representative, the one who works in your area. Lincoln is saying that's question. Oh, thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. I'm so sorry for the technical problems we had. But as you know, technology, sometimes it's hard to deal with that. So don't forget to complete our survey now, and follow us on Facebook, because there are more webinars to come. And the webinars are going to be every Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock. Okay? So don't forget that you will receive your certificate by email. And if you need anything, just contact your local representative. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great, fantastic weekend. And let's keep on thinking about how we can exploit and go further with video activities. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. Bye.